what did we just witness? Lavon and Hermes had the craziest match. Both fighters came in psyched and very aggressive. Round 1, we get a big hit in the middle, and Hermes slips right out of Lavon's hand, leaving the rest of us completely astonished. Many people said that slipping out of Lavon's hand would be impossible. Straps are applied, Hermes looks like he's in a good position, Lavon hits hard, and Hermes stops him, just inches from the pad. Hermes holds him in a horrible position for a little bit longer until he concedes that round. Even though Lavon convincingly took round 1, it's been one of the best stops we've ever seen since his match against Vitaly. Round 2 starts and it's a slip again! The strap gets applied, buckle side on Hermes. Lavon hits and Hermes is able to stop. However, Lavon stands up, gives a death glare to Hermes, regains his position, and pins him easily. What's amazing is that Hermes is stopping Lavon from getting to his desired position and forcing Lavon to go for multiple surges. After witnessing all of that, the big question on our mind was, how much does Hermes have left in his tank? And we begin round 3, outside of the straps, the crowd is chanting Ermes. Lavon fires back, hoping to take his opponent's hand. But he fails to pin Hermes. Hermes isn't willing to slip out just yet, and he fires back, hitting Lavon, eventually causing Lavon to foul. After another foul on Hermes, both athletes acquire the straps. Straps are applied, and the crowd is electric. Lavon gets ready to hit, and Hermes undeniably stops him better than anyone we've ever seen. As Hermes continues to defend Lavon's relentless attacks, he eventually sees Lavon and tells him to stand up. And he begins to advance his position to transition to a press, which then leads Hermes to elbow fouling as he defends more of Lavon's attacks. Both athletes are breathing heavy and sweating profusely. Everyone watching is erupting. The live crowd is cheering both Lavon and Hermes' name. Bill Collins, the head referee, resets the strap on both their hands. It's still round 3, Hermes has 2 fouls, Lavon has 1. Lavon fires again, dragging his elbow to the left corner of his pad. Hermes loses his hand but still holds Lavon. He again advances his elbow little by little, transitioning to the press. After surges from both athletes, Lavon eventually gets called on a foul. Issa and the other fellow Italians are going crazy for this. We're still in round 2. Both athletes have 2 fouls each, and the next pin or foul will win the round. Round 3 commences, and Lavon flash pins Hermes. Pure pronation to the side, and elbow perfectly going to the back left corner of the pad. Even though Lavon flash pinned Hermes, he is being deconstructed. We have all been wondering what would happen if Lavon could not finish the match right away. Who has the better endurance? Lavon's endurance has never truly been tested. He's always been way too strong. Round 4 begins, Hermes is still fired up, showing his determination, and narrowly escapes Lavon's pin, resulting in a slip. We can see Lavon shaking his head, laughing at Bill as Bill calls the slip. Round 4, in the straps, is finally underway. If Lavon wins this next round, the match is his. And Lavon flashes Hermes. The entire crowd cheers as Lavon wins it. He gives a sigh of relief, and both athletes hug. Irakli and the entire Georgian team all erupt with joy, embracing Lavon, congratulating him on his win. And the 2 athletes go back to their corner and eventually decide that they're going to pull for round 5. Now this is where it gets interesting. Something very unexpected happens in round 5. Lavon wants the straps, he goes for the slip, and we begin round 5 in the straps. Both athletes set up for a top roll. Lavon fires, wrist rolls back from Hermes, yet he still defends it. How does Hermes still have his hand? Hermes sets up for his press again, and at the same time blocks Lavon from setting up for his own transition. Hermes has stalled Lavon, rocking back and forth, forcing Lavon to shake. Lavon attempts a transition, Hermes surges, forcing Lavon's elbow off the pad, and the foul is called. At this point, everyone is questioning, will Hermes actually get a pin on Lavon? The integrity of Hermes' elbow is absolutely insane. Could Lavon be gassed? We see him in his corner, head down. One thing is for certain, the king does bleed. We're back to round 5. The restrap is applied, both athletes have a foul each, they show their respect for each other, and Hermes looks ready. Lavon tries to end everything very quickly, and somehow Hermes stops him millimeters from the pad. As he holds off Lavon's relentless attacks, Hermes brings his shoulder forward for a counterattack. Lavon continues to climb and attack Hermes. However, the moment Lavon tries to stand up, Hermes gives a huge surge and forces Lavon's elbow off the pad. I just wanted to make a note that Hermes isn't trying to get a win via fouls or trying to hurt Levan. He's literally just trying to win and be the first one to beat Levan Saginashvili. It's also important to mention that these shoulder positions that Hermes is getting himself into is highly not recommended if you're a new arm wrestler. It's super important to be safe. That being said, both athletes get a couple minutes rest and are looking knackered and tired. Lavon eventually requests that the match ends and he needs oxygen. Lavon had pointed to his chest and expressed that he does not feel good. Everyone is very concerned. It is decided that the match ends at 4-1 and Lavon shows his limits. Wow. He takes his first loss of a round by forfeit. The live chat has a lot of interesting speculations on how this match should end. However, this decision can only be made by the event promoter. And regardless of Lavon's current condition, he already beat Hermes 4-0, claiming the win. Amidst all the commotion, Hermes refuses the 4-1 decision and claims that it should be 4-2. Lavon starts to feel better, he gets up, forfeits the last 2 rounds, and shakes hands with Hermes. Lavon, still on oxygen, thanks Hermes for the best match of his life. He did not expect Hermes to stop him. So now we have seen Lavon has a weakness. Did Hermes almost kill Lavon? Hermes said that he would have pinned Lavon in round 5. It is reported that Lavon is okay and he'll be fine. If you haven't bought the pay-per-view, just buy it. It doesn't cost much, it's the price of a meal, and you're supporting a great organization. And this event is definitely worth watching. Both other matches before this were astonishing. The fact that Hermes at 133 kilograms or 293 pounds could even put the brakes on the 188 kg, 415 pound Titan is insane. The whole arm wrestling world saw what happened. And now, all super heavyweights have their eyes set. Hermes was able to prove that Lavon is human and there is a way. A fire has been started, and Lavon's throne is in danger. Will there be a new king?